Here are days 11 and 12 of my 75K valuation challenge where I mainly trade the AM and PM Silver Bullet hours. This is for the 1st and 2nd of June 2023. Here are Thursday's trades. I took 2 of them. The first one, I think price is kind of breaking down here, and my analysis is coming from the 1-minute chart. This is a problem. This is the first mistake I made because the 5-minute chart, the narrative there is bullish. And the price action is clean on that 5-minute. I failed to see that because sometimes I get bogged down on the 1-minute. I recently watched a couple YouTube videos that advocated for not getting bogged down on the lower time frames. And here I am doing just that the next day. So that was my first mistake here. Had I been paying attention, I would have caught that. Why that's so frustrating is on my TradingView chart, you'll notice I have the 5-minute kind of tucked to the side so I can keep an eye on it. So why I didn't is beyond me, but too late. Now the second thing I did here that really tilted me was, you'll notice my stop loss has not moved from the 20 ticks. That's because that's the stop loss I'm willing to accept. However, I'm at 2 contracts. And going forward, I need to really drill home that if I'm going to take a larger stop, for example, a full 20 ticks, I have to scale down. Without exception, I have to scale down. So ideally, this would have been a 1 contract loss. But unfortunately, it is not. So a couple things wrong here, but honestly, this YouTube channel is not a platform for me to flex really good trades. It's for me to try to discover value. And that losing trade, there's a lot of value I was able to take away from that. I want to make the losing trades worth it. Okay, I do come back to the PM session. This time I'm rewarded for paying attention to at least the 5-minute time frame. Again, we're beautifully set up for bearish. You'll see my blue marker to the left. That's a very late entry, or early entry actually, because I did have that fair value gap lower marked out. I take an early entry just in case price wants to cruise off the order block. Now this was a 49-minute trade. You're not seeing the whole thing for 2 reasons. The first one, it's 49 minutes long. The second reason is this trade was so long, I forgot about it, kind of, and I started to reserve a place for my toddler's birthday party. So my credit card is flashing on the screen. Obviously I can't have that in a YouTube video. So I cut it down to just a good bit here, and when price begins to break my way, I'm finally able, my patience is rewarded to move my stop to break even, a little bit above, and I'm gonna trail this price. Now the pink line on this Ninja Trader chart that you see, that is my 5-handle target. I have the TP actually above that. There's a major buy side liquidity level that I really wanted price to reach. And it does eventually, I think overnight. I think we overnight and going into Friday morning, we finally hit it. So my plan here is to just trail it tightly and see if I can get a little bit more than the 5 handles. Yeah, I am being a little bit greedy here. But at this point, it's a red day, and I'm accepting the red day. Everything I'm getting here is just basically damage reduction. So I put my stop loss at the 5 handles. I'm guaranteed at least that. And as price begins to break up a little bit more, I start to trail it even tighter. And yeah, I'm happy that I did. Now, I did not catch the high of this move, but I got real close. If you go back to the charts, you'll see price just craters from there. Okay, here's the 2 trades from that day. On the previous example, at one point it said I was negative $725 down on the day. That wasn't accurate. Every time my Ninja Trader disconnects when I'm in the trade and it reconnects, it always gives me the opposite P&L. I don't know why it does that. But, okay, moving on to the next day, Friday. 4 trades this day. Borderline over trading? Yes. Did I justify it a little bit in the moment? I did. I'm not going to try to sell that justification too hard. Overtrading's overtrading. However, today I had a very easy trade off an order block. prices going up. I truly do think that these recent highs are going to be taken out, and you'll see me kind of move my stop loss to match that, or my TP. Yep, there it is. Those are the highs I think are going to be taken out. I have my stop at break even. The problem with this trade is it's only one contract, and I wanted it to be two. I really did. I had no intention of scaling down, even though I did take 2 red days. I wanted to keep the gas pedal going, so I actually go down to 1. I want to trail the price up. I get stopped out. Now the second trade, this is the trade that probably should not have happened, because I was mad that I didn't have my 2 contracts selected. I only had 1 mini. So when price reacts off this fair value gap, I put a buy stop in at the candle rate of this, thinking that we're going to push still. Again, I'm only 1 contract, but I really want to see these highs taken out. Or I shouldn't say that. I really do believe these highs are going to be taken out. So I move my TP to match that as such. I do take a 20 tick stop here. Actually, I take more because my entry wasn't great, and I want to be below that order block. So I do cardinal sin number 3. Well, I have no idea how many cardinal sins I'm at in this video, but I do move my stop to be a little bit lower, just in case we have a reaction off this. But these kind of moves, all this kind of bad behavior, I guess you would say. I can forgive myself when I'm at lower contracts. It's at the higher contract size that's just unforgiving. All right, so number 3 here. We have a little bit of price breaking down in this range. We already had a 5 handle move down to the downside that would have been played out nicely. I'm going to see if I can squeeze out another 5. Off this continuation. So this next fair value gap. I like the target a lot. I do move. I am at 2 contracts. At this point, I do consider the day to be break even. So I'm trying to, in my mind, reset. I want my 2 contract move. This would be the last trade of the day if my TP was hit or if the stop loss was hit. This is kind of it for me. So I move to a little bit above or below break even as price does kind of start to break down here. But we're still kind of in a little bit of a bullish order flow. I take a break even trade. I'm okay with that. There's also some SMT divergence that I noticed there, and that was one of the reasons why I was very quick with my stop loss. This is the last trade of the video. Thank you for sticking with me so far. Here you can see I am coming off of price reversing, and at this point now, SMT divergence, bullish order flow. I have a clear draw liquidity. This to me is an A+ setup. I'm so excited for it. This is kind of the setup that I thought I was in before. I take a full 2 contracts here again. I do move my stop loss up eventually. I don't intend on actually taking another full 20 here. Otherwise, I would have gone down to 1 contract. I learned my lesson from yesterday. But we do get a little bit of drawdown here to fill up that BISI. But I mean, at this point, I'm so happy with the reaction off the fair value gap that I'm all in on this. None of this is financial advice ever, because as you can tell, I'm not a great trader. I still have a lot to learn. I will say this though, I learned how to pass evaluations quickly because on moves like this, I would recklessly load up on contracts and basically get almost the entire profit goal done in 1 move. And they were always on moves like this. Now that's great for passing evaluations, but the whole point of me doing this YouTube series and the whole point of me just trading Silver Bullet is that those habits don't translate to any kind of sustainability in a real account. They just don't. I'm very good at passing evaluations because evaluations are cheap. You can buy them. You can pass them real quick. If you fail, who cares? But those habits don't translate to real money accounts or even a PA account. So the whole point of me doing this YouTube series is to try to eradicate or minimize some of these bad habits that I have and to do things a little bit more responsibly so I can actually keep a PA account. I have one right now that I've held on to. I'm doing pretty well in. But I want to continue that for the long run. So I do just keep it at 2 contracts here. Now you'll notice that I completely moved my stop way above the 5 handles. I really like how I've been trailing stops lately. This is kind of my replacement for the runners that I was trying for a while there. I really do think these highs are going to get swept. So I move my TP there, and I try to not suffocate the trade completely, but I really want to make sure I'm walking away with some really good profit here. It's always a shame when price is this far extended and it comes back on you. So I trail it kind of tight, and as the closer we get to that TP, the closer I move my stop loss up, because I don't want to give back too much what I have here. But for me, the week ends with a beautiful, nice trade. My highs are finally swept that I really did think was going to be at the beginning of this hour. Nice grand on the day. Here are the trades for Friday. And we end the week in the green. It was a good week, I think. I did practice some good money management on one day. I did make some mistakes, but value was gained. Here are the trades. Friday, the account is just shy of 78K, so we're moving in the right direction. I'll see you next week. Thank you.